So I was asked by one of the subscribers if I'd go over my gear a little bit more every week. So I'm going to do that. Shorter trip this week, but I did catch this 34-inch male. Awesome. So typically I use my Sage Maverick if I got bigger fish around, which I did here. The Cortland Big Shot and a 7-weight, 12-foot 1X tapered leader, and then 1X 10-pound fluoro for my tippet. The two flies I used on this trip was the Carp Fly and the semi-seal leech. So yeah, just a ton of fish moved in to these shallow areas. What can be real difficult in these areas is finding actual feeders, and then there's so many eyeballs. Yeah, I don't know if there's any secret to this. You just do your best, try to make a good presentation. You'll notice there that I switched from the fish moving up to these other three that were kind of coming down towards me because they were providing a better target for me. And you'll see it right here. The one on the right on the picture, the upper one, there he comes over and eats right there. So yeah, it's a little bit of a guessing game there. It's hard to tell which ones are feeders if there's no tailors, but yeah, pretty good fish. And then just look at the number of fish. Just kind of a cool place and a cool trip this week. This encounter was crazy skinny water. Yeah, the wind's kind of blowing me in towards these fish, and I could actually see the nervous water of these guys coming towards me. And I just try to get something out in front of them and kind of lead them. And yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of luck, just worked out really well. Placed it in front of them, and then not the biggest one in the group. That's okay, came over and hit it. But yeah, this is so skinny, which can be a real challenge. Again, it's one of those things that a little bit of luck, but put it out in front of them and hope for the best. This next shot is more of your typical drag and drop. Fish are coming towards me, somewhat perpendicular, but towards me, which is really, right, that's perfect. And then I was able to kind of cast to the left of where they were coming in and then pull my fly over into the lane that they're in and dropped it down in front of them to trigger a strike. That's like the best way to do drag and drop, where it's not directly over the fish. So I was able to cast to the left of where the fish were coming in at, but then pull it over into their path and then drop it. Doesn't always work out that way, but when you can do drag and drop that way and not put it directly over them, you're almost always going to get a strike in that situation. That's really just the best scenario for it. And that one ended up popping off, but it was a well executed drag and drop. The rest of this is encounters that I had with various fish. I wasn't able to get any more footage of any more actual takes, but it's cool just to see the fish come in, the presentation, and then, you know, for a lot of these, it's a refusal. For others, it's, you know, just flat out spook them, or in some cases, it's a miss as well. But anyway, just interesting, and I enjoy the footage of the fish. So, so this will wrap up with a few more, and then at the very end, there is a little bit more footage of the big 34-inch male. That's probably the best fish I've caught so far this year. Beautiful big fish, and then the montage. Things are really starting to heat up. Should have a lot of footage coming next week. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll talk to you next week.